Welcome back to America Decides. Federal judges in New York and Texas have temporarily blocked the deportation of several Venezuelan migrants. Earlier this week, the Supreme Court allowed the Trump administration to continue removing alleged gang members using the Alien Enemies Act. But the Supreme Court said due process rights had to be acknowledged and at least in some way adhered to. Scott MacFarlane joins me now at the table. Scott, catch us up on what these Texas and New York rulings might mean today.
This is all being done piecemeal now, Major, whereas a few weeks ago when that order was made nationwide, no use of that Alien Enemies Act until further notice, till the court can review it. Supreme Court has kind of sent it back, saying you can resume those deportations, but you have to have due process if you do it. Two federal judges have said not against the people who've sued in my court. So in the Southern District of Texas, a judge has said a certain group of Venezuelan nationals are to be protected from deportation until there's a further review. In the Southern District of New York, a judge has said certain people who live there no longer can be deported under the Alien Enemies Act until there's further review. This is all happening episodically in different parts of the country. The blanket order is gone.
And again, Scott, I just want to reinforce this every time we bring this conversation up. This intervention judicially is not to free these people. It is to, in some way, place some due process over the process by which they might go to El Salvador, not to be released freely back in the United States.
Yeah, the March 15th deportations on those flights we just showed were done without court review. There was no due process for the people deported, according to those who've sued. The Supreme Court says you can resume those deportations, but you have to have some form of due process. Yeah, they can stay locked up. Yes, they can still be deported the traditional way, but if you want to use this 1798 Alien Enemies Act, you have to give them some due process. But that's the key issue, Major. It's not clear to everybody what that's going to be.
And what that's going to look like.
What that's going to look like. And you can just bet all of this is going to come back through the courts through new suits if they try deportations again, and due process is in the eye of the beholder.
Scott, I want to play you a soundbite from a wife of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who is in El Salvador, who the administration has conceded in legal filings was deported through an administrative error. This is his wife. Let's listen to her today.
It's been 28 days since I lost on my husband. Since his children hugged him, since his mother kissed him, since his brother has talked to him.
Where are we with that?
That's Jennifer Vasquez, his wife. The Supreme Court's going to decide whether he should come back to the United States immediately or if there's going to be more hearings. The bottom line here, Major, is a little different. The Department of Justice says they can't get him back because he's in El Salvador. The Supreme Court's got to weigh that, whether once people are deported, if they can never come back again.
Even though there was an administrative error. Scott MacFarlane, thank you very much.